Hi friends, it is dark and early. I just got to my mom's house and the sun's barely come up. It is 7:25 right now and I'm gonna get going on shaping the turkeys. If you missed it, say hi, Mom.
Hi, I'm not quite ready for the day yet.
So she is gonna start bringing in stuff from the refrigerator. She made a timeline, I'll show you about that in just a minute. But the first thing we wanna get going is we actually wanna put the mashed potatoes on low so those can start to warm because they are cold. This whole entire crock pot is full of mashed potatoes and it's gonna take a while to warm up. So my mom and I prepped, I think 11 dishes yesterday for today's Thanksgiving, and now we're gonna kind of pull it all together. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually bake the bread so that that can be out of the oven and we can get the rest of the food in the oven when we need to. Bake 425. And I'm going to attempt to shape this no-knead bread in the shape of a turkey. We are gonna see how it turns out. We are eating dinner today our goal is 12:30, but if it's 1 o'clock when we eat, that's gonna be okay. My mom just brought in the corn casserole, the stuffing, and the turkey that is brining. We're cooking 2 turkeys today, and we thought we would do a side-by-side comparison because we had to cook 2 because how many people are gonna be here. So we have one that's been brining for almost 24 hours by the time we cook it, and one that's not, so we're just gonna run a side-by-side comparison. The no-knead bread is supposed to cook in a Dutch oven, and my mom does have 2 of those, but I don't know if they're gonna be big enough to cook the turkey shaped bread, but we'll see. We'll preheat them and see if the turkey will fit. These are a little bit smaller Dutch ovens than my Dutch ovens. I have the oven set at 425. Clean it after I shape the dough. That's a little protector my mom puts at the bottom of her oven so if things boil over, like yesterday when we made the pies, it boiled over. So I made this dough recipe, I don't know, maybe 100 times, and it's looking a little bit looser than it normally does, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to shape this. There's a very real possibility I did not properly measure out the flour. That was the last thing I did last night, or the yeast, or the water. So I'm not sure if that bread is even gonna turn out. If it doesn't turn out, I can whip together some 1-hour dinner rolls really quickly, because I know that our family definitely want bread. I'm gonna get a little water on my hands. You can use water as a no stick agent instead of oil or flour. Okay, so here's our dough. This is a double recipe, so I need to cut it in half. I have found that using 2 forks can do this pretty easily. We saw this, one of my friends on Instagram sent this to me, tagged me in this video, and my mom and I were sitting actually while we were menu planning for this year's Thanksgiving, and we thought we need to try to make this loaf of bread look like a turkey. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is get it shaped into a ball. This actually is looking really beautiful now that I've started working with it a little bit. Okay, I'm rewatching this video for probably the 10th time to see if I can get this to shape up like a turkey. So I think I want to get this into a tighter ball actually. Okay, where'd my knife go? Just had a knife. Oh my goodness, friend. I just had a knife. I can't find any more of my mom's chef's knives. I want a chef knife to cut this. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me watch this video one more time. We need scissors too. Okay. I think I'm gonna just dunk my knife in the flour. So the first thing we're gonna do is make the wings. We're supposed to cut it at an angle. And then we're supposed to bring this up here like that. The cut side's a little stickier, so I'm going to put the cut side on the loaf so it stays in place. And then we're supposed to cut. What ends up happening is because this dough is more hydrated than it usually is I think when it's resting for the 30 minutes before it goes into the oven, the dough kind of melts back into each other. So the bread tastes delicious. The texture is wonderful because it's so hydrated, but it didn't have enough structure to hold its turkey shape. I will show you what it looks like coming out of the oven and what I would do differently to get it to have its turkey shape. This dough is pretty hydrated. So there's the beginning stages of our turkey. There's our turkey. I think what I should have done is had my dough be a little less hydrated so that the dough was a little bit stiffer going into this process, but I've never shaped anything like this before. If you watch the Friendsgiving, we did make this bread recipe turned into the shape of a pumpkin, but I think I was a little light-handed on the flour when I measured it out yesterday. And so I think if I was to do this again, I would probably add maybe a 1/4 cup more flour per recipe, just so that it was a little bit of a stiffer dough. I like the texture that a hydrated dough gives because it's gonna be a lot chewier and more hydrated when it actually, the final product, it'll be less dry. But I think when it comes to wanting to shape the loaf into something, then a little less hydrated dough is going to do better. I'm actually going to shape this like you would a sourdough loaf. This is not sourdough. This is a yeast bread, to see if I can get it to hold its shape a little bit better. Okay, that actually is holding its shape better. I'm going to do that one more time. That looks great. That's actually got a lot more tension to it. Oh yeah, see how better that's holding up? It's got much more height to it and it's more structured, so that's good. So that is the way to go. So now we're gonna try to shape it the same way we did before. Yep, this I can already tell is better. Yep, this is going to be better. So here are the turkeys.
I think they look interesting.
That's a nice way to say, I don't know if they look like turkeys. So we're going to set these here for a ½ an hour while the oven continues to preheat. And we need to tape up my mom's, what is this called? Her timeline. And we can kind of go over what the things we need to do. I just asked her what do we need to do next, and she said,
I don't know, look at the timeline. And I have yet to set my phone with the timers. So that's what I'm going to do after we decide what we need to do.
Next.
Then I'll set my timers.
So my mom and I have created a digital e-course where we go into depth on how we plan parties and shop for parties and decide what's the most important thing. And then we go into very detail on the timeline, which my mom is typing up right now. And the cool thing about the way that we teach it in the course is that this is the timeline for our menu and our party today, but you can adapt this to any menu, any party, whatever it might be. And one of my mom's favorite things to do is once she has the timeline figured out, she likes to tape it up here so she can see all the things we need to do. And the goal for this timeline is so that we can get all the food out of the oven and hot at the same time, which can be kind of tricky when you have 13 recipes like we have today.
And we got confirmation on 2 more people coming.
Okay, so we're up to 22 people now.
Yes, 22. And a very significant thing to do that has saved my bacon is also, the timeline is also to put up the menu so that
Yes.
otherwise, sometimes when we're cleaning it all up and we're putting it away, oh, the famous Jell-O salad is still in the refrigerator in the garage.
So we remember to get all the dishes out and actually served, because when you have this many dishes, sometimes they've been forgotten about.
And one other thing is that I have the guest list printed because we're always wondering, is everybody here yet? Can we serve it? Is everybody here yet? This way I can look and say, oh no, they're not here, we need to wait. Or text and see their ETA.
Yes, so right now, it is at 6 a.m. my mom got all the food out of the fridge so it could start to come to room temperature. The potatoes are now in the oven at 7 a.m.
Crock pot.
Yeah, crock pot. We're cooking the potatoes in the crock pot. The bread is in the oven, and now at 7:15, we need to get the turkeys ready to go into the oven.
It's after 7:15.
I know.
But we're okay because we don't actually put them in the roaster until 8:45.
So let's go
That'll
ahead
give us our
and
little slush time.
I will clean up my flour mess, and my mom is probably going to get started
I'm gonna
on
do the turkeys.
The turkeys.
I don't know how the counter can get so bad. I did it twice last night, and I'm still finding sticky spots.
Well, I just messed it up already
Well,
today.
flour's not sticky.
We are cooking the turkeys in the countertop roasters, but we're actually going to cook them in the laundry room because we have to cook two turkeys in
We'll
two
take up
roasters.
all the space in here for
Yeah.
working.
Oh well, I guess my mom took care of the flour mess for me, and I didn't need to do that.
All right, now this one, to stop and think about it, this one, I have to bring the roaster pans in to put them in.
I can get this open for you.
All right.
We also need to unload the dishwasher. We cooked all the food yesterday, and today we're just gonna heat it all through and finish cooking it. Some of the stuff we par-cooked it, and my mom got the sink emptied and the dishwasher ran, but we definitely need to unload the dishwasher so that as we're cooking today and after dinner, we have a dishwasher that we can actually load stuff into.
The roaster pan from my friend, Bang Bang, has been in storage, and it needs a good washing.
Yeah. My mom only has one, and so she was able to borrow. Here, I'll switch places with you.
Okay. I'm going to go locate some racks for these roasters. I have one for mine. My friends didn't come with one in it. We're gonna have to improvise. I'll see if I have one that, a small rack, cooling rack that might fit in there. Otherwise, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll make it work. My mom just tried this one, and it does not fit in either of them. Did you at one point have a bigger one, Mom? Or did this go to your oven roaster? Yeah, this doesn't fit.
That goes to a roaster pan.
That goes
in the oven. Okay, there's
works.
one.
I'll wash this then while you're
Okay, thank you.
doing that. Well, then I can stick this turkey on top of that so it's not in the sink anymore. We could maybe use onions and peppers, or
Yeah.
not onions and peppers, onions and
Yes,
carrots at the
onions
bottom
and
if we
carrots
need
might
to.
work too. Did you bring your basket of onions from your garden back?
No.
Oh, I have a few.
Okay. You said you had some carrots. We could.
Yeah, I do have carrots, but I want to roast some separate for kids.
Oh, that'd work.
This is the rack out of my air fryer.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, now we have two roasters. Oh yeah, that'll work, perfect. My mom's gonna dry the turkey so that it roasts up better, and while she's doing that, I think we can go ahead and get this bread in these Dutch ovens. I think they'll fit in these, Mom.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that red one is my biggest one. Yeah, you got my biggest
Yeah.
ones.
So whenever I make this bread and I use a Dutch oven, I always keep the pot holder on top of the lid so that I don't grab the lid on accident, forgetting that it's hot. I am very prone to burning myself So we're gonna cook these at 425 for 30 minutes covered, and then we are gonna uncover them for the last 15 minutes.
So you're leaving the pot holder on?
Oh, no. No.
I thought, that's an interesting plan.
No, just until I put it back into the oven.
I'm gonna go get some apples from the garage refrigerator, and we will stuff the neck cavity with apple slices cut in half, or an apple cut in half and pushed up under the skin, and that helps the breast be moist.
That'd be good.
And then we'll put some herbs and celery and onions in the main cavity.
Okay.
We don't need to core these apples because we aren't going to eat them. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But we will peel the onions.
I can get going on getting some herbs prepped.
Yes. Well, we don't really need to do much with them because we'll just stuff them in the cavity. Yeah.
So we have some rosemary from the garden. All this is from my garden I brought over. Some sage, thyme.
Do we have any more sage?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh, good.
Yeah, lots
That's the best.
that's what tastes like Thanksgiving. I think I still brought more than we need. Oh yeah, there's a ton of sage.
I thought I saw on the Instagram that you picked like a whole sage plant.
Well, it was about half my sage plant because my sage is not super big yet, but it will get really big.
All right.
Okay, so there we got a bouquet for each.
Now in the main cavity, I'm going to put the onion halves.
Did you just cut it in half?
Yep.
Okay. And you peeled the onion and cut it in half?
Yep. There we go.
Would you like celery too? Would you like me to prep
Oh yeah, I forgot about the celery. Yesterday, when we went to lunch, I left the giblets simmering and really reduced it. So I need to make some more.
We need some more broth.
Yeah. I'm going to dry it. We want it to be as dry as possible.
So that it roasts, not steams. And then my mom has this rub. I can link this recipe down below. It's her 5-teaspoon rub.
We use it like on everything.
Yeah, it's really good. It's an all-purpose type barbecue smoking rub.
There's more moisture collecting in the cavity. I'm going to just pour it out.
And I'll sprinkle the rub on the turkey, and then my mom can rub it all over the turkey.
All right, we got to get these legs back in. You know,
I don't think we need that.
yeah, well, I'm going to get some string and tie it up because it will roast better if it's in a tight ball. And I have kitchen twine.
Let me get it.
Okay, kitchen twine in the top drawer, that drawer to the left,
It's right here.
in the back. All right.
Smells good.
It does. It's got a little bit of everything really nice on it. Can you sprinkle some over here and we'll get this wing and the back side of the wing?
You can put some in your hand too if you want.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Do you have a preference which one that goes in?
I don't. I've never used hers. I've used mine 100 times. So can you give me a little bit more?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There she goes.
Awesome. Okay, so now we'll kind of reset, and then we're going to get our second turkey, which is the brined turkey. Are we putting the rub on the turkey too, or just this one?
We have some.
Okay.
All right, what I'm gonna do here, because I have to pour all that juice in this sink.
We decided that we needed to unload the dishwasher and get the dishes kind of put away, get the sink completely empty, because we were kind of tripping over that. So we just took a minute to do that, and now we can prep this second turkey. This is the turkey that's been brining.
I was too tired to do it last night.
The dishes.
Yes, the dishes. Okay, I'll pull it up. And do you want to dump it? Oh, you know what would be easier? If we put it down here, and then I don't have to lift it as high. The turkey, that is.
That's a good idea. So we're gonna cook them, same temperature, same time-ish. They're about the same size. They're about 12 pounds each. Oh, you need more twine.
Oh yeah, I'll need the twine again, sorry.
That's okay. And then the only difference will be that one will be brined and the other one isn't brined. We're taking off the plastic trellis. What is that? What? Trussing. The plastic trussing, and we're gonna go ahead and just use twine trussing.
But we're gonna stuff it again with the herbs. I'll save some for the other part. We had a little boiling over there of the broth, the stock. Okay, I'm gonna put the apples again, cut side down, stuffed under the skin as far as I can go on the breast meat. And that's supposed to help it be moist. Okay, then in the body goes the herbs, onions, and celery. All right, can you pull that over and I'll lift this baby up. Oh, let's turn it over the other way so it's raised. There we go.
That's a good idea.
Then it's lifted up off the bottom.
Okay, so we are going to sanitize all the counter and get everything clean, and then we can move on to the next step. My mom's sanitizing the counter. I'm cleaning the stove because we forgot to do that last night, and the timer went off for the turkeys. So let's see how they're looking. Well, that just looks like a loaf of bread.
Did it make it round?
And that just, we'll have to wait until we can pull back the parchment paper, but right now they just kind of look like a yummy loaf of bread. I did forget to set a time for this 10-minute round, but I think...
What do they look like? Oh, I think they're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how brown they're supposed to be.
I think I'm gonna give them a couple more minutes. All right, our turkeys are done just in time to put the real turkeys in the oven. I'm excited to share with you what these cute little loaves of bread look like.
I think they turned out, that, you know what they kind of look like?
A loaf of bread.
A loaf of bread.
Yep, we got ourselves, oh, it's hot. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I think I'll just set it there and then, yep. They look like an artisan loaf of bread. We did go ahead and got the whole counter completely sanitized, sanitize the sink, sanitize the handle, sanitize the entire island so that we can go into dinner with a clean island. Now my mom is grabbing one more table because a few more people decided to come, so instead of crowding everybody, not crowding everybody, but trying to put the leaf in and get way more people at this table, we're just gonna get another table out so that there is a little bit more elbow room. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the table set, the one that she's gonna bring in, just a Costco folding table. And then she did get out some dishes here. We're gonna do buffet style, so we always do buffet style along here just because there's gonna be so many and so many tables. It's not really easy to serve it on the table, plus there's kids and stuff, so just easier to do buffet style, so we'll do that here. And we kind of have a little bit of a lull. As soon as my mom though comes in, we are gonna get the turkeys going. Those are supposed to start cooking at 8:45 according to the timeline, and it is now 8:44. I'm gonna turn the oven off because we don't actually need to cook anything in the oven yet. When we are going to start putting dishes in the oven is at 11:30 to start warming them through, the ones that we already prepped yesterday. So we are gonna go get the turkeys roasting in
The laundry room.
My mom has cleared all her clean clothes out of there, so it doesn't smell her clothes like turkey.
Oh, that was a good idea. I'm glad I thought of it.
Yeah. You didn't do that on purpose?
Well, I needed to make the counter space.
That's funny.
We are cooking these turkeys at 325, And really with a roaster oven, you can't really preheat it because the turkey's in the liner. So the base was hot, but obviously it didn't heat that space yet. But it's 325 for about 3.5 hours, and we'll test it, and then it rests for a half an hour, and then I figured about 15 minutes to carve it, and that is in the countdown clock.
And it smells good already.
There we go.
We're gonna just line each one of these with foil so that when they go in the oven,
Cover.
yeah, cover them. But at this point, now that the turkeys have started, we have kind of this lull moment. We're gonna get the table set, and we really don't have to do much. Oh, we could get the drinks out too. That's probably what we'll do now. And then we'll take a rest, finish our coffee. My mom nor I have finished our coffee for the day. She's got the table out right now. Do you need me to grab chairs at all, Mom?
Yes, we'll need all the green ones for sure.
Okay.
We won't be serving up here against the window, but because we will be milling around before we eat, I have the tables pushed up against the window and one over there in the entrance pushed up against the wall, so there's space to get around. Oops, this is the small one. There we go, this one fits.
So the one thing when you reheat potatoes in a crock pot is because they're so dense, you do need to stir them or they will absolutely burn around the outside where the element is.
Grab one of the wooden spatulas so you can
Yeah.
get the side. Thank you.
And a lot of times you need to add a little extra cream or butter as it cooks. I did make these mashed potatoes a little bit thinner than I would if I was gonna serve them for dinner that night, knowing that they were going to go in this crock pot. So we're just gonna give them a stir. This is probably one of 3 or 4 times I'll stop and stir this.
I think I have it planned about every half an hour so it doesn't. What happens because of the high fat content in the potatoes, around the edges and along the bottom, it gets really brown, which I like and some people like, but it isn't as appealing in appearance. So we keep stirring it. Everybody loves the crunchies.
I do. The turkey's smelling really good out there. So we made 2 pumpkin pies and 1 pecan tart. My mom decided to go ahead and make just some plain roasted carrots that she's gonna season just with salt, pepper, garlic, and olive oil for the kids. She thought that chipotle and chili might be too spicy for them. So she is making another dish. I'm gonna go ahead and get the oven preheated for all the dishes. We've been relaxing, tables are set.
All we really have to do that's left on the list before the food starts coming in and out of the oven is to set up the drink station, and it goes right there.
That's why we didn't want the turkeys here. We are going to decorate my mom's Christmas tree today too. That's a new tradition we're going to start. So we're going to eat early in the day, and then we will hang out for a bit, have dessert, hang out for a bit, and then we will decorate my mom's Christmas tree.
That will be fun. I would really appreciate it. We have some tall son-in-laws, and Mark and I have to get the ladder out to do the top.
Yeah, they've got a tall tree, way taller than our tree. And my sister-in-law just texted me and said there's a bakery that's pretty popular. It's a French bakery in our town. And she must have just gone there for brunch because she said that they are selling artisan turkey-shaped loaves for $24.95 a loaf. So right there, we just saved ourselves $50 in bread. Might not be the exact shape of a turkey, but it's gonna taste
I believe
really
it's going to taste better.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and stir the potatoes again.
We have definitely had times where we've been able to sit down, enjoy a cup of coffee, and in between the breaks, we get up and just check more things off the list. One thing is to get the table finally set. We do keep the plates next to the food. You'll see the buffet in a bit, but we do put the silverware and napkins on the table so that people don't have to hold that plus their plate. And this corn souffle does call for cheese, and so I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese on, stick that in the oven to warm along with the stuffing and green bean casserole. We loved this corn souffle recipe, and we will make it again for probably next Thanksgiving, but we decided that it didn't need the cheese. It was so delicious on its own, and next time we are not going to add the cheese.
So Dad, do you think we could start a turkey loaf business?
Well, I don't think so, because these don't look anything like a turkey, but it was really cool watching it being made on Instagram.
Yeah.
But anyway.
My dad said
these
those
are-
don't look anything like a turkey.
But you know what? They'll taste the same.
Yeah, they'll taste
go
good.
down
They'll
the
taste
same.
better.
They'll taste better.
Because they're
They'll go-
made with love.
Yeah, they'll go down the same with butter on it. So I'm excited about these turkey loaves. But have your own thought. You think that looks like a turkey or not?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Okay.
So now we're in the laundry room. My mom turned the fan on because there's turkeys cooking in the laundry room. And they're done. They're at temperature. My mom tested them, and so she wants to put them under the broiler. How are you gonna
We're
try?
going to give that a try because they aren't very pretty when you do them in a
Roaster?
roaster. Yeah, they're not crispy.
Yeah, they're not crispy. Usually the skin is not something that you want to eat. So
But
are
it
you
is
gonna try to
pretty.
put this whole thing in the roaster?
Yes, I'm just going to set it
Do you
in
want
there.
me to carry it, or are you gonna try to carry it now?
Well, no, not the whole unit. You take out the lining
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this here.
So did you turn the oven on to broil
Yes,
already?
it is on broil.
Okay. So the
This is hot. Here it comes.
The turkeys are up to temperature. It's 11:30, so if we have them in for about 10 minutes to crisp up, we can take them out, let them rest for their 30 minutes, and then we can put the carrots in the oven, because that's the only thing, and the corn that needs to warm up. Oh, that's a good idea. So we'll definitely want to set a timer so we don't forget about the turkey.
Yeah, we can see it. Well, see, now I didn't press the button.
The light.
Broil, start.
I do that all the time. Well, this is my
Yeah.
new trick at home,
Yes.
is turning the light on. Because I'm notorious for not setting timers, so at least if I have the light on, it reminds me if I forget to set a timer that I've got something in there. But I can watch this.
Okay, we aren't going to go very far.
And then my mom did get some of the beverages out. We still need to make the punch, which I forgot to bring the apple cider, so it'll be a ginger ale cranberry.
That's good too, though.
Yeah,
that's really
It'll
good.
be really good. Is it crisping up in there?
Look,
Oh yeah,
it is crisping up. It doesn't look like rubbery.
So my mom's timer just went off because it's 11:30, I think.
Yes, and I'm really glad I checked the temperature on those turkeys because I was supposed to check the temperature of the turkeys at 11:30.
And they're already up to temp.
Yeah, oh yeah, they already were, and one's broiling.
So we should check the bottom oven. So we decided to put the stuff we cooked yesterday in this bottom oven at 200 about an hour ago just to warm up. So we should see if we need to, oh yeah, so that's starting. It still has a bit before it's gonna be bubbly. That's the green bean casserole. And then this is the stuffing. So we might wanna turn the oven temp up just a bit. So let's cancel that, start, no.
It's smelling a little warm.
Oh
I'm
yeah, that
gonna
looks great
take
though.
this out, and I got to go buy you because I have to set it down on the granite.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll go bring the other
The
one
other
in.
one? Do you want me to leave that open?
It'll turn itself off if you leave it open.
Okay, I'll close it and then. So is it 1 part cranberry to 1 part ginger ale, Mom?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the punch made. It's beautiful, Mom.
And do we remember which one was brined?
I think this is the brined one, because
one
that
in
was
the-
the second one, and that's the one with the air fryer.
Okay, perfect.
was-
I totally forgot.
I totally forgot too. Our test will say.
Our test wouldn't work. Well, we could tell if they tasted the same,
That's true.
but we wouldn't know which was which.
That's true.
Great plan.
Labeling, I tell you, I'm not the best at it. So my mom here, she has cucumber water with
Rosemary.
rosemary.
It's my favorite drink for a party because it's not sweet and it's just refreshing and it's kind of cleanse the palate kind of a drink. And I serve it almost every time.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, so that turkey's got to rest for at least, what, half an hour,
Half an hour.
or so before you want to attempt to carve it. That looks great though, Mom.
Yeah.
So do you want it like this, Mom?
Yeah.
So some steam can come out?
Yeah, because you vent it a little bit. You like tent it with foil.
Yeah.
And I'm out of foil.
This
So
is the
that's
one
the
we
best I can
brined,
do.
I'm pretty sure. So now we can keep track of that. Once we start carving, we'll really want to know which one is which.
I have 2 serving trays, and one will be marked, well, we will know which one is brined and which is regular. And then this is my turkey carving center with the sheet pan to collect the liquid so it doesn't run all over my counter.
So she has a cutting board
Inside.
inside a sheet pan that has a lip. And then my sister's the one that always carves the turkey, and she likes to use the electric carver. Growing up, we always went to my dad's parents for Thanksgiving. So it's the stuffing recipe that is our family favorite is my grandma's stuffing, my dad's mom's stuffing. And she always carved the turkey. My grandpa didn't. And my sister always got in there and helped carve. It's just a memory we have. And to this day, anytime we have any family holiday, if there's, whether it's a prime rib, a turkey, beef Wellington, anything, Emily does the carving. So did you already put the corn souffle in the oven?
I did, and
Okay.
now I'm going to broil
put
the carrots.
Well, we
Or
don't need
roast
to
the
broil. Yeah,
carrots.
we don't need to broil them.
I'm going to roast the carrots.
And then we need to melt the honey and butter. These are the carrots we par cooked yesterday. They are roasted with chipotle and garlic and chili powder and a bunch of yummy spices. And they might be a little spicy, so that's why my mom wanted to make a second one. And they are going to get drizzled with a butter honey glaze. So we need to melt this so that we can drizzle that on top before those go in the oven. And then we did fry homemade fried shallots. And these are gonna go on the green bean casserole.
We are now in the home stretch of pulling this Thanksgiving feast off. It is now noon and people are starting to arrive. Our target time for dinner was 12:30. And my mom and I kind of said, even though that's our target time, we know we probably aren't going to eat closer till 1 o'clock. And that is about when we ended up sitting down to eat, was around 1 p.m. And it worked out perfect. Now here my sister made a couple sourdough focaccias and she decorated one absolutely so cute in the shape of a turkey and then one with some tomato flowers. The roast carrots are ready for their honey and butter glaze. So I get this on them and then we pop these to finish kind of roasting in the oven. We are going to put these carrots on top of a cream cheese chive sauce, and the sauce is cool and the hot carrots going on top of it kind of melt the cream cheese and it is so good. We're going to slice the turkeys. Even though these turkey loaves didn't resemble a turkey, they tasted phenomenal. That's the cream cheese sauce. We're going to put the roasted carrots on. And then this is a new dish as well. So we made some family traditional dishes. The stuffing and the mashed potatoes were ones we've had before, but the corn souffle was new, these roast carrots were new, and the Brussels sprout salad was new. We have decided that some of these recipes are perfect for a Thanksgiving feast. We are going to probably make quite a few of them again next year because we all decided this was the best, most well-rounded Thanksgiving we've ever had. The roast, or it wasn't roasted, it was a fresh Brussels sprout salad, had the acidity you kind of wanted to balance out this entire kind of savory meal. It was delicious. So we will make that again. And then it had a little bit of sweetness with the cranberries in that salad. And the roast carrots were so delicious. The creaminess of the cream cheese with the little zing you get from cream cheese and the honey and chipotle flavor together was the perfect addition to a Thanksgiving table. We also are making, or my sister is making the gravy. She's the one that usually makes the gravy and carves the turkey. So all the food is now done and out of the oven. We did decide that the brine turkey was well worth the effort, and we are going to be brining our turkeys moving forward. It was really nice having that side-by-side comparison and being able to kind of get the consensus from the guest that yes, it is worth the effort of brining a turkey. So my sister's carving the turkey. My mom is going to get the last of the things out of the oven, and our Thanksgiving is served. I just want to thank you for being here. I am so grateful for every single one of you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me and my mom in the kitchen. I hope you have the best holiday with your loved ones, and I'm just so grateful for you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I will link the recipes down below and the hosting course down below. If you are interested in watching a few more videos with me and my mom, I can pop those up here. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.